Texas League Baseball is next. And a good Sunday afternoon, everybody. Welcome in to our live broadcast here on Texas League Baseball. And now here is the voice of the San Antonio Missions, John Baker. Well, thank you, Bob, and a good Sunday afternoon to everybody getting into the broadcast. The final game of our six-game set here today between the visiting San Antonio Missions and your Wichita Wind Surge. Well, today, the final meetup between these two ball clubs, as it'll be one last day here in Wichita, Kansas. Then Missions will head home. They take on the visiting Frisco Rough Riders there at Nelson Wolff Stadium on Tuesday through Sunday next week. Missions after that will head to Corpus Christi to take on a six-game set to start off a 12-game road series against Corpus Christi for a leadoff six, and another week on the road as they head to Arkansas to take on the Arkansas Travelers. And then back on the last day, which is Tuesday, June 30th, to take on the visiting Amarillo Sod Poodles. That will be for a six-game set, and then following after that six-game set, we'll have one more on the road to conclude the first half, and it'll determine our first half winners of 2026. Go online now at missionsbaseball.com or wherever you got us dialed us in, or any of your favorite Texas League ball clubs. So far, make sure you download Bally Live. It's good. It's free. Don't have to pay out of pocket for anything. Not like MILB First Pitch, which that will charge you money to watch their games. And so far, for a full year, they would charge you at least $79. But Bally Live, you pay zero out of pocket. No commission, no nothing. It is $0, so it's free for everybody. Well, anyway, we're joined in the booth by my friend and partner, Bob. And got to say, Bob, this has been one interesting week on the road in Wichita. And I got to say, this is going to be the last time that we see the Wind Surge for a long while. Yep, I got to say, John, it will be the last time we see these two ball clubs compete against each other, but most evidently, we've seen them 12 times compete against San Antonio, and I will say it's been one heck of a ride for these two ball clubs. Yep, 12th and final meetup of the season between San Antonio and Wichita, and I gotta say, just a sad day. Far be it from me if you think something else, but these two ball clubs have really been great allies, and so far we are just so happy to say that here in the Texas League. But anyway, after today's game, Wichita will head to Tulsa there at DCJ Field, and then San Antonio heading back home, and yep, so are we. We are headed back to San Antonio to take on the Frisco Rough Riders and to get that six-game set underway. And then 2 weeks on the road as we head to Corpus Christi and Arkansas, and then finishing it off at home one last time with a six-game homestand against the Amarillo Sod Poodles. We close it out in Midland, then 4 days being off, which that will feel really good as a lot of people will have a little short summer and stuff, but hey, when we don't have baseball, you guys go do whatever you want. Go to the movies, go to the swimming pool, go horseback riding. Do what your little heart wants to do. You know, go out, have fun, experience life. And if you are a working man, that's good too. I mean, if you work, that's good. Make a living, do whatever. But anyway, pretty good. But, you know, kids are out of school, so they get summer vacation. And so far, pretty good on that. Yeah, I got to say, John, you know, it takes me back to the time when I was a kid, and when you were a kid especially. But evidently, you get out there and you get you get out there and have fun and probably go to grandma's house, jump in the swimming pool and have fun with your siblings. But most evidently, pretty good right there, John. I mean, I gotta say, those are some good heartfelt memories right there. Yeah, I gotta say, you're absolutely right. Well, today's broadcast is brought to you in part by our friends there at Whataburger, and it's always served hot and fresh 24/7 from Wichita. Also, our friends there in San Antonio, as we have them, West Creek Trail Rides, and also it is Bark in the Park Sunday, presented by pet supply places like Petco and PetSmart, and so far many others that align themselves with the distribution of pet foods and pet supplies. Make your pet feel like their family, because that's what they truly are. Especially if you own a horse, they got a tack shop, and so far many outdoor places like Tractor Supply, and so far many other great places that'll have hay and feed and all types of stuff for your horse to make sure that they live the best of lives. Also, don't forget to make sure to love on them, to nourish them, to just build the bond and the friendship of what a horse should. But anyway, if anybody has heard on the news, there was a 17-year-old that literally stabbed three horses. And so far, this 17-year-old has been arrested. Thank goodness for that. And most evidently, she will be serving her time. They're going to try her as an adult because she's 17 years old. And so far, with this suspect in custody, it's a sigh of relief that she will not go out and do that to somebody else. Because if somebody did that to somebody else, that would have been something, I mean, get away with murder and stuff. But, I got to say, that was just terrible. But this 17-year-old girl, you know, she really just did whatever she did. But let me tell you, it was not good. And she literally, brought that upon herself. And, she just, did what she did. But we're not going to go into great detail about it. But anyway, we're going to go ahead and get this one started on a Sunday afternoon as we play our last game against San Antonio and Wichita here today. Well, we were in a 35-minute rain delay. Apparently, we do have rain in the vicinity of Wichita, but so far it's sun and clouds mixed as we get going here this afternoon. The grounds are wet. The humidity is at 97%. And so far, yes, it is going to be a hot, steamy afternoon. And I will say we we try to keep everybody safe, but everybody needs to know that it is hot out here. I mean, it's a hot Sunday afternoon, so you want to make sure that you drink plenty of water. Hydrate, hydrate, hydrate. I can't say it enough, but hydrate yourself because, with this hot humidity, we are looking for a sticky day here today at Windsurge Ballpark. But anyway, I guess we'll get enough talking down, and yeah, we do have the final game here today, and these two ball clubs meeting one last time here in Wichita, Kansas, and then it's off to take on Frisco right after that. Well, anyway, hope everybody has been having a good week thus far, and so far, one last time between the two ball clubs, let's have a good day today and play baseball. And yeah, we are having a little bit of a difficulty delay, but we'll definitely get on it. So yeah, we'll cut here, but we'll be right back here on the baseball stream as soon as possible. So stay with us. All right, so it looked like we were having a little bit of a sound delay in the booth, but most evidently, we're just about set to go. Well, a nice afternoon as we get going here in Wichita for the last time around of these two ball clubs. And so far, going to be a pretty good one. Well, we had our 35-minute rain delay, which the Storms are headed off to the east from the ballpark. Right-hander C.J. Culpepper getting the start for Wichita. It's a two-seam curveball, a slider, a changeup, a cutter. Getting ready to go for the wind surge.
Shortstop, number 55.
Shortstop Clay Dungan getting set to go as we lead it off for San Antonio. And one more time here in this 2026 season of the two ball clubs. And we're underway. 1 ball and no strikes to count.
Pitch, 1 o'clock.
Most evident save, but that one's going to be lofted high in the air straight away, and that is foul. And the count now 1-1. A lot of clouds around the area, but sun is starting to come out hot and humid. And here's the pitch, and that's going to be right there, high in the air, straight away to the right fielder, and that is one down. Well, with that, let's give our visiting San Antonio starting lineups. Dungan, Roberts, and Salas will lead it off. Sanabria, Carpathio, Fabian middle. Vertigo, Murphy, and Castellon will round it out for San Antonio. Center fielder is Kai Roberts as he comes in. Top of the first inning as San Antonio gets going, fouls that one off. The count now 0-1. San Antonio lost their last 2 of the 6 games, but evidently trying to get back and get something going. Here's a pitch right there, and that is through for a liner straight away to center, and that will get a 1-out double for Kai Roberts. Well, today the game in Northwest Arkansas against Midland was canceled, but evidently making up that game will no longer be a problem as they won't make it up. The catcher is Ethan Salas coming in as he'll take that one in for a strike. Is the count now 0-1. Evidently with the cancellation of that game, Midland will win it by 1-0. And so far, a pretty good one right there. Boy, Springfield and Frisco, they had a doubleheader today, and the Rough Riders winning by those 2 games of 6-4. So now they will move second place, tied up with San Antonio. And right there, swing and a miss, and that is down for out number 2, but the first strikeout going to C.J. Culpepper. Tulsa and Amarillo had a doubleheader today for the first game, 7-1, and then final score 7-6. Tulsa wins both of those by 7. Well, one game is 7-6, the other was 7-1, but most evidently the Drillers did pretty good today, and so far, yeah, they did. They had a pretty good time. Now they're up 36-20. Arkansas at 35-21. The Travelers did pretty good this afternoon. They beat Corpus Christi by a final 11-6. And so far, pretty good. High in the air straight away. And that is out number 3, as that will retire the side. Well, no runs on 1 hit, no errors. And that will bring us to the bottom of the first inning. It's no score through the half of 1. Victor Lizarraga is a right-hander. He'll come up to pitch for San Antonio. And so far having a word with his catcher. And to tell you one thing, pretty good for this guy. Four-seam, a curveball, changeup, and a two-seam fastball getting ready to go.
Leading off this afternoon.
Center fielder is Maddox Houghton as he gets ready to go for Wichita. And the pitch is right there down and inside for the strike. The count now 0-1. Bottom of the first inning for the wind surge. And that's a high pop up right there to the second baseman, Castañon. And he'll make the play for out number 1. Well, here's your lineups here for Wichita. And Houghton, Ortega, Gonzalez, Amick, Mendez, Lugo, Culpepper, Spain, and Olivar rounded out for Wichita here this one. Second baseman is Joriel Ortega as he comes in. About set to go. Here's the windup and the pitch, and that's going to be a high pop-up straightaway out in foul territory, and that is a count now 0-1. No balls and one strike to count. Here's the pitch, and that is going to be bunted, but failed to get out into plain view. And now here's the 0-2 delivery. That is going to be fouled off, and the count now 0-2. Still hanging on is Joriel Ortega. And the pitch. Swing and a miss. Got him. And they're 2 down. Gabriel Gonzalez, the next batter up for the wind surge. Coming in, batting a .233 in his average over to 300. 7 home runs, 24 RBIs for Wichita. What a great, stellar performance for this prospect of the Minnesota Twins. And so far, pretty good. No balls and 2 strikes to count now to Gonzalez. And here's the pitch. That one is going to get fouled off. The count now 0-2. So still hanging on is Gonzalez. Here's the pitch. And that's foul. I 1-2. Here's one more time. And that's going to be right there. Liner straight away to center field, through for a hit. So the inning continues onward from here as a 2-out single continues a half inning. Billy Amick coming in now. As that's an outside ball. The count now 1-0 to the hot corner Wichita third baseman. Coming in to get something going. Here is the 1-0 delivery. And that will be pop foul. So that'll do again. One ball, 1 strike the count now. Here is the pitch. And that's downstairs. Count now at 2-1. 2 balls and a strike. 2 outs, runner at first here in the bottom of the first inning for the wind surge. And that is in for a strike. The count now 2-2. 2-2. Here's the pitch. High in the air, straight away. Up to right field is Carpathios. I'll make the play, inning over. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 left on for Wichita. Second inning coming up, and it is no score through 1. They'll be back here right after our break as we get ready to go for inning number 2. Braden Carpathios will lean it off for San Antonio when we come back. Second inning for the San Antonio Missions right here in the Wind Surge Baseball Network. Braden Carpathios, the next batter up for San Antonio. Thank you, Bob. 5-6-7 due up for the Missions. And that's going to be high fly in the air, straight away, up to short, gets in left, and that is out number one.
Number 40.
Well, that'll bring up the next batter, the designated hitter, Albert Fabian, is getting ready to go. Here's the windup and the pitch, and that is fouled off. The count now, 0-1 to Fabian as he comes in. So far, you see a lot of kids out of school and enjoying their start of summer vacation. But that one will be out of play. The count now at 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch, and that will be out of play and foul. Well, ball clubs for next week: Amarillo at Springfield, Corpus Christi at Midland,
Ball.
Northwest Arkansas at Arkansas, Wichita at Tulsa, and Frisco at San Antonio.
Ball 2.
That's 2 balls, 2 strikes. Wind up at the pitch. And that one's going to be right there. Straight away to first in time, and that's out number 2.
Batting 7th, third baseman, number 31.
That'll bring in the third baseman, Rosman Verdugo, as he gets in. And that one foul, and the count now 0-1. Wind up and the pitch, here he goes. And that's ground ball straight away. And that will do. So no runs, hits, or errors, and nobody left aboard as we go midway through 2, no score here in this one. Wichita designated hitter Henry Mendez getting ready to go for the Wind Surge. No score ball game. Exited now 2.5 here today in the ball game. And that one's going to be high fly in the air straight away. And that goes to Carpathios for the out. And there is one down.
First baseman, number 18.
First baseman is Andy Lugo as he gets ready to go here. Wind up and the pitch, and that's going to be in for a strike. The count now 0-1. Temperature at 85 degrees, and yes, the humidity is extremely high. 97, what it says on the Weather Channel in the percentage of the humidity. Here's the 0-2. That one is high fly in the air, and that'll drift out of play, foul. 20 pitches now for Victor Lizarraga as he comes in on the hill for San Antonio. And that one is foul. The count now at 0-2. Number 30, boy, I tell you one thing, when you look at that guy for Victor Lizarraga, boy, 2 down now as Lugo gets struck out.
The shortstop, Kalen.
And that'll bring in Kalen Culpepper. Former Missions manager Philip Wellman wore a number 30 jersey. He was with us during 2021 and now up and out and forward to somewhere else. Most evidently, I think Bob can go ahead and see where Philip Wellman is, a former Missions manager. And boy, I tell you one thing, don't ever twist his gears at some spots because, like it or not, he just gives you an earful. 1-1, here's the windup and the pitch, and that one's going to be out of play. 1-2. Here's the delivery. And that's ground ball straight away. In time, out at first as Sanabria will get that one. And that's a 1-2-3 inning. Well, 2 innings come and go. And so far, that will do it here in this half inning.
Leading off, left fielder, Kai Murphy.
Left fielder is Kai Murphy as we get going for the third for San Antonio. Evidently, missions manager who was formerly a San Antonio mission manager. Currently in Greensboro, North Carolina, serving as the bench coach for the Greensboro Grasshoppers, the high A affiliate of the Pittsburgh Pirates. So, he was a former San Antonio mission, wasn't he? As manager, he was. Right there, straight away first, and that is out number 1.
Batting ninth, second baseman, number
Even
94.
though managers can move up in positions, most evidently they could serve up to 8 years in 2 terms of their manager career. Well, especially Philip Wellman, he served probably about 15 years for San Antonio and stuff, but I don't think it was that long. But you look at this manager, he was really good manager. But to tell you one thing, he did play. Wellman began his coaching career with 1988 Osaki Braves. He was a coach in the Atlanta Braves system from 1988 to 1991, including 1990 with the Burlington Braves and 1991 with the Durham Bulls. Wellman managed outside of the Braves organization 1992 to 2003, with the exception of 2000. Well, strikeout completed as we hit bottom half of the third for Wichita. No runs, hits, or errors for San Antonio here in the half inning. Right fielder is Garrett Spain. And so far, pretty good here in this one. Wellman, he was a coach for the minor league Louisville Riverbats. He returned to the Braves as a hitting coach for the Greenville Braves in 2004 and 2005. The Mississippi Braves in 2006. Wellman was the skipper of Mississippi from 2007 to 2010. And that one is high in the air, straight away up to left field, and that is out number 1. After the Mississippi Braves finished the 2010 season with a 63-74 record, Wellman's contract was not renewed. He joined the Springfield Cardinals of the Texas League, AA of the St. Louis Cardinals. Ricardo Olivar coming in now as that will be hit to Verdugo, straight away to Sanabria. That is out number 2. As serving, he was a hitting coach and served 3 years, 2011 and 2013. In that post before his appointment as manager of the Arkansas Travelers, who also play in the Texas League, he left the Travelers at the end of the season and worked for a trucking company in Chattanooga, Tennessee. Wellman returned to minor league baseball in 2016 as a manager of the San Antonio Missions. Which, pretty good for that. In 2026, Wellman was named bench coach for the Greensboro Grasshoppers, high A of the Pittsburgh Pirates. Here's a 1-1. That one right there, liner straight away through for a hit. So a 2-out single continues a half inning. But even though we know Philip Wellman, born on December 5th, 1961, at age 64, now in High A Greensboro. So, yeah, he is in North Carolina, just enjoying his days as a good coach that he used to be. That is Philip Wellman. Well, anyway, no runs on a hit, no errors, and one left for Wichita. Fourth inning coming up, and it is no score through three.
Leading things off, center fielder.
San Antonio center fielder Kai Roberts coming in now for the Missions. Wind up and the pitch, and that's going to be right there. Hit the first in time out number one.
Now batting.
And so far, that's a quick out number one here to start the fourth for San Antonio. Ethan Salas, the catcher, is 0 for 1, a strikeout. Well, I tell you one thing, it will be pretty good when San Antonio gets home to take on Frisco next week. Rough Riders, a pretty good organization of the Texas Rangers. And there's the same ball that gets hit straight away up to first in time out number two.
First baseman, number 93.
But evidently pretty bad right there. But, yep, Wellman, he was with San Antonio 2016 through 2018. And then 2019, he was in Amarillo. He served 2021 and 22 with the San Antonio Missions. That one is high fly in the air straight away and in time to the left field area, as that would do for the half inning. No runs, hits, or errors, and nobody aboard for San Antonio. Bottom of 4 coming up on this Sunday afternoon. And so far, pretty good right there.
Number 72.
Left fielder is Gabriel Gonzalez as he gets going. 2023, Wellman was in the El Paso Chihuahuas AAA team of the Padres. But evidently, we knew Philip Wellman. He was a pretty good coach. But you would even see him lose his temper, especially when it came to a former San Antonio Mission like Chandler Seagull. Seagull was in 2022. San Antonio took on the visiting Springfield Cardinals there at Nelson Wolff Stadium, and a ball was dropped in the dirt, and the umpire called it a strike. Chandler Seagull immediately got in the umpire's face, and that's when Seagull got ejected. I don't know how the heck you remember that, John, but boy, 2022 was one of the pretty toughest years in Texas League baseball. Yeah, I know that, Bob, but evidently Chandler Seagull, former San Antonio Mission, got ejected from that ball game that night. But anyway, called from strike 3 on there. And evidently, Chandler Seagull playing for the Gastonia Ghost Peppers in the Atlantic League of Professional Baseball. He's a catcher who spent time in the Atlanta Braves and San Diego Padres. And that one is going to be foul, and the count now at 1-1. He's from New Bern, North Carolina. He's age 30, May 23rd, 1996. Here's the pitch, and that one is going to be found. The count now at 1-2. Seagull remained, well, let's see. Let's go to the year of 2017. San Diego Padres drafted Seagull in the 30th round with the 888th overall section. of the 2000 major. Can't even talk this afternoon. But anyway, let's start over. The San Diego Padres drafted Seagull in the 30th round with the 888th overall selection of the 2017 Major League Baseball draft. 3 balls and 2 strikes. That one is high fly in the air, and up to third is Rosman Verdugo, as that is out number 3. No runs, hits, or errors, and nobody left on as we head to the 5th this afternoon. No score. The Seagull spent his first professional season with Low A Tri-City Dust Devils and Single A Fort Wayne Tin Caps, hitting a .209 in 34 total games. He returned to both affiliates in 2018, batting just .155 with no home runs and 5 RBIs across 26 combined contests. Seagull split 2019 between Fort Wayne and the rookie-level Arizona League Padres, hitting .224, a .303, a .345 with 1 home run and 13 RBIs. He did not play in a game in 2020 due to the cancellation of the minor league season because of you-know-what, that is COVID-19. Seagull returned to action in 2021 with the Double-A San Antonio Missions playing in 53 games, batting .190, .257, and .266 with 1 home run and 14 RBIs. Seagull remained with San Antonio in 2022, playing in a career-high 73 contests and hitting .209, .288, and .297 with 3 home runs and 22 RBIs, both also career highs in 2023. He split the year between San Antonio and AAA El Paso across 68 total games. Seagull batted a .209, .261, a .296 with 3 home runs and 23 RBIs. Seagull was also ejected after he called interference, but even though that home plate umpire didn't care what he had to say in that one. Rosman Verdugo coming up now, hits that one high in the air, straight away up to right, and that will do it for the side retired. No runs, hits, or errors, and nobody left on for San Antonio here this Sunday afternoon. 5.5 here this afternoon.
Leading things off, first baseman
Andy Lugo, the next batter up for Wichita, comes in. His windup and the pitch, and that's going to be out of play foul. The count now 0-1. Starting to see the sun and clouds, but most evidently nice as the shade gets in, and the humidity just continuing to be a hot factor here in this ball game here today. No balls, 2 strikes. That one foul. Still hitting that one alive as going in. No balls, 2 strikes. And that one is hit high in the air straight away. And that one will be out number 1.
now batting, the shortstop, Kalen Culpepper.
Kalen Culpepper coming in now as he gets ready to go. A lot of 3 up, 3 down innings here in this one. But I'll tell you one thing there, John. You definitely know about Philip Wellman and Chandler Seagull. That used to be for the San Antonio Missions. Yep. And I remember that one evening when Chandler Seagull got in the face of that home plate umpire and he got tossed. He literally went out there to protect his catcher. But most evidently, he literally got tossed himself just trying to protect his catcher. Well, right fielder Gary Spain coming in now. Boy, I tell you one thing, just nice when you have the clouds moving in front of the sun, and well, clouds are pretty good. That is right there. The count now 0-2. No balls and 2 strikes to count here. And the pitch. That one high in the air, straight away center. And up to Ty Roberts will make the play for the final out here this half inning. No runs, hits, or errors, and nobody aboard here in this one. So top of the 6th inning set to go. No score through 5. Well, as we bring you through the halfway point on this Sunday afternoon, always a good thing that you are coming aboard with us on the final game of the 6-game set between San Antonio and Wichita here. Final meetup of the 2 ball clubs, and yes, one more meetup here at this beautiful made ballpark in Wichita.
Leading things off, left fielder Kai Murphy.
Kai Murphy setting to go as we lead off the top half of the 6th for San Antonio. And we're just going to take a break here as we get ready to go for him. And time is going to get called, and there's where the break comes in. So we'll be right back here in this one when we bring it to you live here in the top of the 6th for San Antonio. Well, about set to go for the top half of the sixth inning for San Antonio. Right now, the Wind Surge Baseball Network. Thank you, Bob. 8-hole batter Kai Murphy leading it off, top of the sixth inning. No score ball game here. And that one is going to be out of play, foul. Starting to see a little bit of rain cloud starting to come into the area, and by golly, we might just get a few spits here and there.
Ball one.
But yeah, we go back to San Antonio, and I will say it will be storming tomorrow there in San Antonio. Yeah, I gotta say, John, it's gonna look like severe weather is back in the forecast, so can't rule anything out. I gotta agree. Even Tulsa might look like they're gonna get something. Well, right there, the count now 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Murphy as he gets going. And that one is out of play, foul. The count now at 2-2. Wichita in a 2-game winning streak. San Antonio in a 2-game losing streak. And boy, that was a home run distance right there. And that will go out of play, foul. 2 balls, 2 strikes to count. And here is the pitch. That one is outside for a full count now at 3-2. Good hold up there for Kai Murphy. And that's going to be right there. Line drive, straightaway second. Throw to first in time. And that is out number 1.
Second baseman, number 94.
Well, the second baseman, Marcos Castañon, getting ready to go. Yep, so far, rain clouds right outside to the left-hand side. And 1 ball and no strikes now to the batter, Marcos Castañon. Caleb, 45-26 Giants. Hello there. How are you doing? Right there to the shortstop. And throw down to first in time. Out number 2.
Now batting, shortstop, Clay Dungan.
Clay Dungan, the next batter up, as we head back to the San Antonio lineup. 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a lineout. And here's the pitch. That one high and popped foul. I gotta say to our viewers, hope your day is going good, as always.
Ball one.
And that's outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. The pitch. High pop-up right there, out of play. Pretty good, but 0-0 in the 8th inning. It's kind of crazy. High in the air, straight away. Well, pretty much we're in the close to the bottom half of the 6th inning, but yeah, a 6 can definitely be a little confusing from a 6 to an 8, but yeah, you're probably right. Well, we got Olivar, Houghton, and Ortega ready to go for the bottom of the 6th coming up.
Number 1.
Ricardo Olivar coming in now, 9-1-2 for Wichita. Under complete cloud cover here today, and right there, straight away to the shortstop. Clay Dungan will throw down to Sanabria,
Number 47.
and that is out number 1. Great play by the shortstop. And here's center fielder Madux Houghton. On the windup and the stretch, and that is a swing and a miss. The count now 0-1. No balls and 1 strike to count. And that's going to be high fly in the air. And it is the right fielder Carpathios to make the lunge and grab.
Second baseman.
And that is out number 2. Second baseman is Joriel Ortega. 0 for 2, a strikeout and a flyout. No score ball game. Bottom of the 6th inning here in Wichita. And that is in for a strike. The count now at 0-1. Here's the pitch. And that one is high fly in the air, straightaway left. Murphy under it makes the play and ends the inning. Well, 6 innings come and go. No runs, hits, or errors. And nobody left on for Wichita. 7th inning coming up. No score through 6.
Leading things off, center fielder, number 2.
Center fielder Kai Roberts coming in now as we lead off the top of the 7th inning for San Antonio's 2, 3, and 4 here in this one. And that's going to be right there. Boy, look at the stop. He got him out, number 1, as he laid down to make the play. And just had to get on his belly. And right there was the instant replay. Hey, John? Yeah, what's up there, Bob? They're getting a little bit of rain out there and sprinkles starting to come on into the ballpark. Oh, okay. Well, that's nothing serious. We're still going to play a game here today. Ethan Salas coming in 0-1 the count now, 0 for 2. And that is going to be foul. The count now 0-2. Well, early in this start of the day, we had a 35-minute rain delay. But now we're getting ready to get something going. And that's going to be thrown down out number 2 as he went after it. But not a fair chance for Ethan Salas to get aboard and to literally get something going. Yeah, I gotta say, that was a swing in the dirt, and so far he tried to get on first, but he couldn't just get on there. 2 down, Romeo Sanabria coming up to bat for San Antonio. And that's going to be a high pop-up straightaway left, and that'll do it. No runs, hits, or errors, and nobody on for San Antonio as we head for the bottom of the 7th inning. No score. Well, go ahead and have a 7th inning stretch. Gabriel Gonzalez will lead it for Wichita when we come back. Well, hope you've had a pretty good seventh inning stretch here this afternoon. Now it's time to get back to the ballpark to enjoy the rest of this broadcast. We'll take it away, John, and here you go. Thank you, Bob. Gabriel Gonzalez getting ready to go here. Lead off the bottom half of the seventh inning. No score as we went through 7.5. A lot of 3-up, 3-down innings, but most evidently, if this continues all the way to the bottom of the ninth, that will be a crazy thing in this ball game. Here's the pitch, and that's a swing and a miss. Yeah, blew it right by him for the strikeout. And so far, well, pretty good for Victor Lizarraga. Is getting going. Boy, confidence level is high. He could continue to go in this ball game. Here's Billy Amick now is 0 for 2. That one popped foul, and the count now 0-1. 0 for 2, a strikeout and a flyout here today for the third baseman for Wichita. No balls and one strike. Here's pitch number 60. As that one is a high one, popped foul. Boy, starting to come down a little bit here at the ballpark. That one is high fly in the air, straight away, in time. And boy, whoa, that nearly hit the ground. So out number 2 as Amick goes down. In now is Henry Mendez. 0 for 2, a fly out and a pop out here in this one. And here's the pitch. Ground ball straight away up to the shortstop Dungan. Throws to Sanabria, and that is out number 3. 1-2-3 as we head to the 8th inning. No score as we wrap up 7.
Now pitching.
Jarrett Wharf coming in now. The 4-seam curveball changeup and a 2-seam fastball getting ready to go for Wichita. And so far now 8 innings already set to go. Here is Braden Carpathios, the right fielder. 3-up, 3-down innings here in Wichita here for the Sunday. And that's going to be high fly in the air and out of play. And the count now at 0-1. No balls and 1 strike the count. And here's the pitch, and that is outside, and the count now 0-2. Well, Parati's a right-hander coming out now. And the 0-2, that's going to be right back to the mound. Throw down to first in time, and that will end. 1 away.
Number 40.
Designated hitter Albert Fabian 0 for 2, a strikeout and a ground out. Well, starting to get a few spits here and there on the windows of the booth. But just a great crowd here today to watch this ball game. And I know, kind of boring with no runs in to score, but most evidently, they're trying to get some runs in. That one popped foul. The count now 1-2. Top of the 8th, no score. And that is right there, swing and a miss, and that is an out number 2. Well, Jarrett Wharf getting him down on strikes. Well, that'll bring up the next batter, Rosman Verdugo. As he takes that one in for a strike, it's 0-2. A fly out and a ground out for him here today for San Antonio. Sorry about that. Just have to put my deodorant on.
Oh, that's inside.
And that is right there. The count now 1-1. 7,349 today in attendance. And that one is crushed. That one's getting down and all the way to the wall and straight away to a double. Rosemond Verdugo getting a 2-out double, which that is pretty good. Now a runner in scoring position. Here's left fielder Kai Murphy. Murphy coming in from the stretch. And that's a high pop-up. Anybody right there, shortstop will get it, but that will do for the half inning. No run on a hit, no errors, and one left. Bottom half of 8 coming up, no score through 8.5. Wichita first baseman Andy Lugo's coming in now, 0 for 2 here. Boy, tell you what, already 62 pitches for Victor Lizarraga. And boy, tell you what, just getting in for that one. No balls, 1 strike the count. And, yep, he's going to get in there and get something going. But on this hot afternoon, here comes the manager. And so far, there will be a pitching change for San Antonio here in this one. So that'll do for number 30. Victor Lizarraga is now out of this ball game, heading down into the dugout. Evan Fitterer, a right-hander, will get on the mound for San Antonio in this one. Andy Lugo coming in as we start up the bottom half of the 8th inning. And that one is going to get crushed, and that has gone. And first pitch he sees, he goes after it. And the wind surge up front, 1-0. Wow, he drilled it out of here. Well, even the umpire cam caught that one. And so far, that was pretty good on top of that. Well, here is Colleen Culpepper, and he's going to put one out of here. And that one is gone. Boy, now 2-0. Man, I tell you, John, 2 back-to-back home runs, and now Wichita getting something going in the bottom of the 8th inning. Yep, and for sure, most definitely, that will exclude the bottom of the 9th. Here is Garrett Spain as he comes in. 8-9-1 due up for Wichita. So for 2 and 2 flyouts. The wind surge up 2-0 here in this ball game. Bottom of the 8th after 2 back-to-back home runs. And that's going to be right there in front of the right fielder, as that will be still nothing out right there. Here's the pitch, and that's going to get a ball.
You move up 90 feet.
Well, that'll put him up to second now. And that one's going to be out of play, foul. The count now 0-1. 0 for 2 and 2 groundouts here for Ricardo Olivar. Well, confidence level for this prospect is extremely low. And that one right there is in for a strike. The count now 0-2. The pitch. Swing and a miss. Got him. So that's a K for the starter, Evan Fitterer. Now getting in for the confidence boost of that one. Here's Maddox Houghton as he comes in. And the count now 0-1. No balls and 1 strike. Here's the windup and the pitch. That one is foul and still hanging on. Sunday afternoon baseball just about ready to wrap up here in Wichita.
Ball, that's low.
San Antonio will have the top half of the 9th inning to get something going. And that one foul. One ball, two strikes to count now. Here's the windup and the pitch, and that's going to be right there. Liner straight away, and that will get through for a base hit.
Now batting.
So another one getting in, and so far a pretty good one. Here's the pitch. Count now 0-1 to Joriel Ortega. 0 for 3, a strikeout and 2 flyouts here this afternoon. And the pitch. And that's going to be hit high in the air up the left field. And that won't get far enough for that runner to second to advance.
Now batting. Left fielder, number 72.
That'll bring up the left fielder, Gabriel Gonzalez. Here's the pitch. And that is going to be out of play, foul. Here's the 0-1. And that is strike 2. And the count now 0-2. The pitch. Swing and a miss. Got him. Blew it right by him for the out. And that is how the 8th inning comes to an end. But 2 runs on 4 hits, no errors. And boy, they come in pretty strong as we head for the 9th inning. Mike Paredes coming in now as you look at his scouting report.
Leading off.
Top of the 9th inning, 3 outs to get something going. Marcos Castañon, the second baseman, coming in. Well, we'll say the clouds getting out of the area, but most evidently sun and clouds still continuing to be a mix here. No balls and 1 strike the count now to Marcos Castañon. And that's a slider. The count now 0-2. Here's the pitch, and that's a swing and a miss. And blew it right by him for the out. Don't forget, kids can run the bases here today, and so far with dogs, but make sure those dogs are on leashes. It's getting going here this afternoon, but make sure that you line up at the first base area to get going. That one high in the air, straight away, out of play, foul, and the count now 0-1. 0 for 3, strikeout, 2 flyouts here for the shortstop, Clay Dungan. Want to thank Wichita and San Antonio both that they've played some terrific baseball.
That ball hit him.
And that ball hit him on the butt, and that is out to the first base area where he goes. Clay Dungan, now Kai Roberts coming in. Tying run up to the plate, and the pitch. And that's going to be lofted high in the air, and that's going to get down for extra bases. Runner is heading home, and that will be a run in the score on the RBI double. And Kai Roberts getting in to score. The runner from the second base area straight away to home plate will push across the score to make it a 1-run ball game. Wichita leading 2-1. Here's the pitch, and that is a swing and a miss. The count now 0-1. Close game here today. Wichita leading 2-1 against San Antonio, and the catcher is Ethan Salas as he gets ready to go. And that's going to be right there. Can't get up with it. And straight away up to first. And Wichita out to their one and final more out left for San Antonio. And that's Romeo Sanabria. runner at 90 feet could save the game from getting going. And that one's going to be lofted high in the air straight away. Left field, and that will do it. And Wichita now winning their third in a row against San Antonio. Well, anyway, that will put the missions down to 30-27. Wichita will advance to fourth place, and that will put Springfield down in last place in the North Division. Well, so far, what a week we've had here in Wichita, and I gotta say, pretty fun as we go along the way. But anyway, our teams, Frisco, Corpus Christi, Arkansas, Amarillo, and Midland will be our final 4 will be our final 5 ball clubs of the first half. And so far, pretty good on that. Well, anyway, hope everybody had a good week this week as we were here in Wichita. Now time to go home, but Wind Surge wins it. A final score 2-1. Jarrett Wharf gets the win, and so far C.J. Culpepper being the player of the game for the Wind Surge. Evan Federer getting the loss for San Antonio. Well, we wish the best of luck for the Wind Surge, and for the rest of the year that we don't see them, we just say may the best of them, and so far wherever they may be, that's pretty good. Well, anyway, hope you have a pretty good one here, and so far, have a good rest of your week. Well, San Antonio heads home, and by golly, so do we. But next year, we'll return to Wichita. We'll have a pretty good one. And so far, hope you have the same for yourselves here, as we get ready for this new week in. And, yep, so far pretty good. All right, so for Tuesday, June 9th, we'll go ahead and get ready to do the where everybody is. And so far, Frisco, most definitely at San Antonio. Corpus Christi at Midland. Amarillo as Springfield. I do believe Northwest Arkansas is at Arkansas. And Wichita at Tulsa. All right, so we'll see if we got that right. Hopefully we did. All right, well, that looks right to me. But anyway, well, hopefully you guys had a pretty good day today. So far, we'll see y'all back Tuesday as we get ready for our 6 games in San Antonio against the Frisco Rough Riders. Well, I hope y'all have a good one. We'll see y'all again soon. And for all of us, good day, happy week. And for Wichita, good luck out there for the rest of the year.